Just months since being released from CF Montreal, Zachary Brault-Guillard has made a monumental move heading abroad to the Swiss Super League. That is right, Zachary Brault-Guillard has joined a side coming off a sensational season in the Swiss top flight in FC Lugano. Zachary Brault-Guillard has joined FC Lugano, a side who come off a season finishing in second place on 65 points, only behind the likes of the young boys who came off a brilliant year, who are perennially one of the best sides in Switzerland and are a massive club, whether it's in the Champions League, the Europa League. Young boys are a great side, and the fact that FC Lugano managed to challenge them throughout the season and pick up wins over them is incredible. But also the fact that FC Lugano managed to finish second on 65 points puts them and punches their ticket into the UEFA Champions League qualifiers, which is extremely exciting for Zachary Brault-Guillard and Canadian supporters to have another Canadian punching his ticket into European football. Yes, he didn't earn it, but he's joining a side getting into European competition next season, whether it's the Champions League, whether it's the Europa League, or the Conference League. Zachary Brault-Guillard is going to be there or thereabouts, and it's going to be very exciting to see him join FC Lugano, see how he fits in, see if he earns a starting role and where he plays. But this is an extremely exciting move for Zachary Brault-Guillard, a player who's been released from CF Montreal, now being unattached as a free agent for around 6 months or so, and a transfer that I never would have expected he would make. This is a massive move. It's not joining a CPL side or an MLS side, which I would have expected for a Canadian who has been a free agent for some time now. This is a huge move that has seen him join a side who isn't in a mid-table spot, isn't in a relegation dog battle fight, isn't in a second division. This is a team challenging for titles in European competitions, and Zachary Brault-Guillard has managed to make a monumental move which is going to completely alter his footballing career, in my opinion, and immediately places him back in the Canadian men's national team conversation once again. And I'm not saying the conversation is should he be in the roster, should he be in the lineup, because that's not completely what I'm talking about. I'm talking about now we have depth, we have competition, and this is exactly what we need throughout Canada soccer. Whether it's competition at right back, competition at center back, DM, the 9 position, this is what we need as a national team. And Zachary Brault-Guillard making this move isn't just monumental for him, isn't just monumental for the country. This is huge for us as a whole, because this is a great move on all levels. And Zachary Brault-Guillard making this move is a complete shock to myself. I'd absolutely never expected this. This is right out of left field, and I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. Please let me know what you guys think about Zachary Brault-Guillard going to FC Lugano, and could be a shout for a national team position, and let me know your thoughts on that. But make sure to hit a like and drop a sub, guys, because the support has been unbelievable and I really appreciate it. But we're going to jump straight back into the breakdown and my reaction, because this is just a move that has completely taken me off guard today, and I'm so excited to see this for Zachary Brault-Guillard, a player who I completely wrote off, discarded, and didn't think he would have had a chance at the Canadian men's national team level again. But making a transfer like this after being unattached and a free agent is a huge move. This is a great side, a very exciting FC Lugano side, but most importantly, play a 4-3-3 system, where Zachary Brault-Guillard, of course, is a very versatile right wing back, right mid, right back, can play anywhere down the right hand flank, and did very well for CF Montreal in last season. And I think he's coming off a very decent campaign with CF Montreal before he was released. And for FC Lugano, they play 4-3-3. They only have one right back on their current roster who did play all season long for FC Lugano, who's a 25-year-old and the same age as Zachary Brault-Guillard. And for myself, when I looked at how old Zachary Brault-Guillard was at 25 years old, it completely shocked me. It seems like he's been around for so long, he's been talked about for so long, and I thought he was older. I thought he was around Richie Laraya's age. In perspective, Richie Laraya is 29, Zachary Brault-Guillard is 25, the same age as Alistair Johnston. And this is extremely exciting because he now is another option, and he's another player who comes in for competition. And I think going to FC Lugano a side playing a 4 in the back system, which is what Canada is now going to be playing under Jesse Marsch, and having only one right back there for competition at FC Lugano is going to be fantastic, because now ZBG can go toe to toe and try to earn a starting role. And no matter what, there's going to be multiple competitions, whether it's in Europe, whether it's a Swiss Super League, and whether it's a cup, he's going to have chances to play. So it's extremely great for ZBG to have that option and be there and be a reliable option for FC Lugano. He just needs that chance to prove himself now for FC Lugano in the preseason going into those Champions League qualifiers. But now the more important thing for me as a Canadian men's national team standpoint and Canada soccer standpoint is Zachary Brault-Guillard comes in as competition for Alistair Johnston and Richie Laryea. Because for me, when you look at the 4-4-2 setup for Jesse Marsch, it's going to be Alistair Johnston and it's going to be Richie Laryea. Two fullbacks who offer you very different profiles, outlooks, how they play, and styles. But Zachary Brault-Guillard now comes in as a third option. And for me, when you look at Canada's fullback options, their fullback depth, they don't have a lot of it at all. And it's a true problem and probably one of the glaring weaknesses and depth points in the national team, in my opinion. And when you look at that roster, and we're really lacking for depth, and you can see us struggling there. And Zachary Brault-Guillard making that move from a free agent to now at a very strong side in a Scandinavian league, same thing that Derek Cornelius did. Zachary Brault-Guillard has made a move here now, which is going to put pressure on the back of Alistair Johnston and Richie Laryea if ZBG starts playing well. I'm not saying he should be in the roster. I'm not saying he should be even in conversation yet. I'm saying he should be a great talking point now, because this is a player who's made a move to a Scandinavian league, a great side, playing in European football, playing at the top level of Swiss Super League, and challenging with young boys, not just a middle-of-the-table kind of side, not just a relegation battle side. This is a side where Zachary Brault-Guillard can truly put himself out there and say, I should be looked at now as a Canadian men's national team position. And being that competition for Alistair Johnston and Richie Laryea, they can't just say, we don't got competition behind us now. We don't have to take it easy. It's also going to develop and help Alistair Johnston and Richie Laryea at the national team level and maybe a bit at the club level to play better and not just have that complete comfort that they're going to be in the national team, that they don't have any competition at right back or right wing back. Because now they got ZBG knocking on the door saying, here, I'm playing at a high level in European football, and now you got to have a look at me. Because if he starts playing well with FC Lugano, there is a show to bring him in, because he's extremely versatile. He's younger than Richie Laryea, and he has a very good crossing ability. He progresses the ball to the field very well. His passing is very neat and tidy. I'd love to see what ZBG could bring this Canadian national team. And if he can play very well with FC Lugano in the Swiss Super League, which I hold very highly with a side like Young Boys, and it also will look at how you play against those big teams, that'll be very key for the likes of Zachary Brault-Guillard. If he can break into that first team, will be very important. But I think this move is monumental on so many levels for Zachary Brault-Guillard to revive his footballing career, making that huge transfer from becoming a free agent after 6 months to joining a great club in Europe. It's a huge move for Zachary Brault-Guillard, but also knocking on the door, having that extra competition for Richie Laryea and Alistair Johnston, having some more fullback depth there. It's going to help us filter whether it's Canada soccer, whether it's them at the club level, whether it's a right back competition, whether it's EBG's career. This move came out of left field, and it's a blessing to the CanMNT, to ZBG, and the right back and fullback depth of the Canadian men's national team. This is a sensational move, and I absolutely love it for ZBG, and I can't wait for him to get underway and hopefully earn that starting role at FC Lugano. And I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing FC Lugano right, guys, but this is a exciting move, and I'm really looking forward to it. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Make sure to hit that like button and drop a sub, because the support on the channel has been incredible, and I really appreciate it, guys. And we have so many more videos to come, and a 5 things we learned from Canada versus France coming up in the next few days. And I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.